All right, welcome 7th graders. Today we're going to be learning 9.3 surface areas of cylinders. Now remember we've been talking about unwrapping the picture. So you got your awesome cylinders, maybe some cans that your family's been stocking up on. And if you've taken a look at the actual image or the physical item itself, to find the surface area of your cylinder, you're going to go ahead and talk about the two bases. Now, if you notice, you got the top and bottom, which obviously is a circle. Very similar to when we talked about our rectangular prisms, our cubes, if you will. But again, it's the top and the bottom. And if you notice, you've got another part there. It's the can's wrapper, if you will. If you were to unwrap the actual label, you would have a nice rectangle, if you notice. So each image will be two circles and then a rectangle in the middle. So what we need to talk about, again, is the area of a circle. You have two of them. The area of a rectangle, base times height. But if you notice right there, it has that darkened a little bit. That's actually going to be your circumference of your circle. So we've got multiple parts to do, and let's get at it. So your surface area, again, is going to be the area of the bases plus the area of your lateral surface. So two circles and a rectangle. So two circles, so pi r squared, remember, is one circle. The number 2 in the front represents two circles. Plus the area of your lateral surface is going to be your base times height. But your base is actually your circumference and then your height. So we're going to continue to use pi as 3.14. Remember, you got the great option to use a calculator since you are definitely working at home. Make sure you're using 3.14, and then at the very end, we're going to round to the tenths place. The nice thing about digital online learning, again, is being able to pause the video and back it up as you may need to do so. All right, so we've got a few examples from our textbook. We're going to go ahead and unwrap it again and use our calculator to help us out. So we've got two circles, rectangle. Now our circles are actually the easier part. Remember, you've got two of them. The circumference is the base, or I guess the length and width of your rectangle, and then the height is that 3 there. So let's see here. We've got our two circles and our rectangle. So we just go ahead and continue to substitute and do some basic multiplication. Now remember, on your circle, one of the things that students unfortunately mistake is using the diameter when we clearly have the radius identified as 4. So it's really just quick substitution, multiplication. I would suggest maybe putting the little square outside the parentheses instead of inside. That's how I like personally doing it. And then we've got 2 times pi times radius times height. So I'm going to bring my phone here and just go ahead and type it in and see what I get. Now remember, order of operations, you're going to go ahead and start with your 4 squared. So I'm going to go ahead and do 4 times 4. If you have a calculator that actually can use a square button, that's even preferred. So I've got 16 on my calculator. I'm going to go ahead and multiply it by 2. Got 32. And I'm going to multiply it by 3.14. So on your screen, if you are doing it with me, you should have 100.48. And remember, that is from the two circles. And then I'm going to go ahead and do 2 pi r h. I've already got it ready. Beautiful. So I'm going to save pi for dessert. So I'm going to do 4 times 3 times the 2 times pi. Or really, you can do 2 times 4 times 3. It really doesn't matter. So let's see. 2 times 4 times 3 gives me 24 pi, or 24 pies. Sorry, I was not there for Pi Day. Sounds like it was fun. And times 3.14, I should have 75.36. So now that I have those two numbers, I'm going to go ahead and add them up. So on my screen, I have my 75.36, and I'm going to go ahead and add 100.48 0.48. Should give me 175.84. And then remember, for my class, we're going to go ahead and practice our rounding skills. And unfortunately, since 4 will not round it up for us, we're going to go ahead and truncate there. Go ahead and cross off that little 4. And let's go ahead and include our units of millimeters squared. So the answer I'm looking for my students is 175.8 millimeters squared. All right, nice. Let's go ahead and try another one. So again, we're just unwrapping it. I notice on my circles, I've got my radius given to me. Maybe I have to move my light over. Better lighting for my YouTube channel, right? Maybe I can slide it over. I'm recording while my kids are playing video games. They're going to do school soon. It's really nighttime, not daytime, but that's okay. That's the nice thing about digital learning, right? You can do it whenever you want. Very college-like, so that's cool. All right, so back to it. Sorry about for that disruption. We've got our formula, and then again, it's just quick substitution, a little bit of order of operations, and then add at the end to get your answer. So we've already talked about the radius being 6. The height of the cylinder is 9. So we're going to go ahead and substitute. Okay, my suggestion is the little exponent 2 outside the parentheses. A little bit better for me. All right, when you're ready, we're going to go ahead and multiply it. So on my phone, I'm going to go ahead and type in 6 squared, which we really know is just 36, times the 2 in the front because there are 2 circles. I've got 72 on my screen. Now I'm going to go ahead and multiply by 3.14. I see 226.08. Write that down. Excuse me. And then on the right side, I've got 2 times 6 times 9 gives me 108 pi, and then multiply it by pi, 3.14. 339.12. All right, I'm going to add my 226.08, and I see 565.20, or just 0.2 because it's already at the 10th place. And we've got yards squared. Beautiful. So again, if you notice, this is definitely one of the easier ones. If you can remember that scenario of you've got two circles, and then for your rectangle, you have really the circumference times the height. All right, I think we got 1 or 2 more. I'm actually going to ask you guys to work on this on your own. So if you are following correctly, you would pause the video right now and you would attempt the problem. Welcome back. If you paused it, then you should hopefully have your answer. Let's see if you did it correctly. So we've got 2 pi r squared plus the circumference times the height. I really hope some of you actually paused the video and tried it on your own. That would be an excellent learner with good work habits, because that's what we would do in class, right? I would let you work ahead and then check in with me. All right, multiply it on your calculator. You add 2 times 9 is 18, 18 pi's. We add it. We've got a 0.64, which is not going to round, so I would truncate, cross off that little 4, and put 0.6 centimeters squared. Very nice, very nice. Let's see, one more. Yay! All right, this is our last problem. Small word problem here. On your actual assignment for the textbook, you will have one, remember it's called... Did I blank already? Error analysis. There we go. Trying to find out what one of the students did incorrectly and then fix that. All right. So it says how much paper is used for the label on the can of the piece. So if you notice, the label is not part of the circle. It is just part of the rectangle when we unwrapped it, remember? And the rectangle is really just the circumference multiplied by the height. And look, they give you a radius of 1. That's beyond easy for us. So again, the label is just the rectangle, the circumference times the height. 2 times pi, radius is 1, and we have times 2. Wow. 1 times 2 times 2, 4 pi, and 4 times 3.14 is about 12.56 inches squared of paper. If we were to round to the tens place, that would be 12.6 inches squared of paper. All right. You guys are going to be awesome. You're going to do some of the textbook assignment, and then we'll talk about maybe putting some answers up there, whether it's just a picture of my textbook with the answers, or maybe I'll actually do some of the homework problems, but I know you guys are going to rock this. All right. Be awesome.